What's up, everybody? Let me fix this situation here. Oh, God. There we go. Get this going. I probably should have done this before I started the live stream. There we go. I'm trying to get the glare away from the video because that's kind of a ongoing issue with live streams. Let me move this stuff out of the way. There we go. That'll help a lot. Make sure everything's not blurry. Hello, oh God. Hello, everybody. That was just my charger. It's the San Diego Charger. There we go. There we go. All right. There we go. That's pretty crisp and clean. I'm trying to get this light out of here. That light won't be here much longer, I don't think. I'm getting a different light. That's an old ass. I should get my tripod is what I should do. And just stand it up over there. That's what I should do and I will do right now. Let's do this. Let's do this, huh? Should have thought of this before. Set that down right here. Go about there, and then we'll go about here. And that should be better. Let's move you guys over here. We're going to go for a little trip. There we go. That's better. All right, turn this light off. In the back, hopefully that's better. They shut my door here. All right, dogs are downstairs. They're watching The Hateful Eight. They love that movie. It was right during the speech where Samuel Jackson is talking about somebody's son, if you know what I'm talking about. That's the best reference I could give you right there. But how's everybody doing? Welcome back. I just shot the review for, let me take these off, for the 60th anniversary Recon Diver. That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I'm back with another quick, I'm going to do this kind of quick. I don't want to go on too long. Plus, I got to, I'm home alone. There's no kids here. There's no girlfriend. She's working right now. So I am here by myself with my own devices. I also still have to make myself some dinner. So I do have to do that. That's kind of important, huh? I'm trying to think. I do have some stuff that I picked up. I'm kind of waiting for people to kind of trickle in here. Let me see if I can still adjust this so it's not getting any more of this light than is necessary. But yeah, it's been quite the quiet new year so far. We had some Joe reveals yesterday. I do want to talk about that. I have some podcast style videos that I'm bringing back. I think I'm going to bring back the Thoughts in My Head podcast forum and just upload those exclusively to my Facebook page. So you guys will have that. If you guys like it enough, or if I get enough traction with that, then maybe I'll start putting them on the YouTube page. But I don't want to flood my YouTube page with a bunch of podcast stuff, So I know you guys are here for the figures. You're not really here to just hear me. You're here to see stuff too. So that's kind of would be the point of that. So, but I do want to start doing more of that and uploading more of that. And like I said, Thoughts in My Head is, while it does cover a lot of toy stuff, it covers a lot of like wrestling stuff, comics, movies, pretty much anything that pops into my head that I want to talk about, I'm just going to get it out on that forum. On top of that, I like to do a lot of recording while I'm driving. It just kind of helps me not only just vent, but like when you drive and you get a thought in your head and you're kind of driving and thinking and stuff like that, it kind of helps me focus actually on driving while I'm talking. So I don't know. So pretty prepared for more of that this year. That's going to be fun. But first, couple pickups, and I want to bring up some of the stuff. I've been doing a ton of mock drafts lately. I just can't help myself. But a ton of stuff got announced that I didn't really talk about yet because I haven't done a live stream this year yet. It's the first one of this year. So pretty excited for to be able to talk about some of the new stuff coming out. And I'm kind of looking at my iPad here. But we'll talk about pickups first. I picked up these three guys. I just showed them in the review a little bit. But I got 3 of the original 4, California Raisins. So I'm pretty excited about that. Let me adjust my lighting here. Maybe I can get my... Nope, that's just making it worse. Okay. We'll just keep that over there. But 3 of the 4 original California Raisins, they actually ran a little bit smaller. There's 2 different versions of the California Raisins. There's the larger ones that came out in the second wave, and the first wave was the smaller ones, and this was the initial California Raisin. I know a lot of people are probably like, why do you give a shit about California Raisins? Because I had them when I was a kid, and it's nostalgia based, and that's pretty much it. That's the only reason why I have them. But there's the trombone player. I believe I'm missing the microphone or the singer, but there's the sunglasses dude. And the saxophone player, which I had all of these. My dad actually I had the first wave, and my dad actually brought him back from, what was it? He had a business trip in Las Vegas, and I remember him giving those to me, and I was like, what am I supposed to do with these? And he's like, I don't know, they're fun. They're fun little figures. Enjoy them. And I was like, okay. And I had them for like the longest time, and then somehow, some way, somewhere, like Feifel said, somewhere out there, they got destroyed or stolen, or my mom threw them out, which she loved to just throw things out when I was younger. So let me just adjust this a little bit higher. Okay, that's better. So I got those. I got actually those from a comic shop. Same thing with the Turtle Blimp. I got a Turtle Blimp. I got... what else did I get from that store? I'm trying to think. Oh, I got a bunch of vintage turtles too. I got Trag from a comic shop. I'm trying to think of the name of that damn comic shop. It's local. It's like, I want to say about 40 minutes away from me. But he gave me a good deal on what was it? Walkabout and Trag and the Triceraton, and they're all complete. And yes, Walkabout does have his backpack and his little buddy. He's right over here. So here's the little buddy. So I'm still working on that and the Dick Tracy line as much as possible. I also picked up, I think I picked up Worms online. And he's pretty close to being complete. I do have his little thing over here too. This little thing. So he might actually be complete. So there's Worms, or Worm. This is one of the coolest Turtles figures, I think. I also picked up Muckman from Needless Collectibles. That's the name of the other shop I usually go to. I'm trying to think, what the heck is the name of that other shop? I'm going to have to look it up because I do want to shout them out for actually hooking me up. The store owner is really cool, too. I'm trying to think, what the heck? Vintage toys. Let's look up vintage. No, not Vinta. Vintage toy. All right, so we've got Lost in Time Vintage Toy Store. That's the name of it. It is in. Let's see. Lost in Time. And that is located in. No, that's not it, is it? Certainly isn't in Baltimore. I think it's Back in Time. But is it Back in Time, maybe? Not Lost in Time, but Back in Time? Back in Time Collectibles? Back in Time Collectibles. Back in Time Collectibles. Not Lost in Time. Back in Time. Lost in Time is in Maryland. Has nothing to do with Back in Time, which is in Gastonia, North Carolina. So there's that. Yes. So about 45 minutes away from me. Worth the drive. Same thing with Needless Collectibles. Needless Collectibles about an hour away from me. It's always worth the drive. What else did I pick up? All right, so I do have a bunch of G.I. Joe's stuff, which I did get an Action Force, couple Action Force figures. But we'll talk about, let's get the G.I. Joe stuff out of the way since I already just did that. I picked up the Hiss Tank, I guess you want to call it Assault Team. And I actually picked up a different rocket launcher for this guy from Gridiron because I didn't really like the fact that he came with the Bazooka's rocket launcher or Bazooka's bazooka. I still don't like my lighting over here. This is just driving me up a wall. Let me see if I can unscrew this. How do I unscrew this? There we go. Maybe this will help. That did help a little bit. That's much better. All right, so I did get to the Strike Team, the 788 Hiss Tank Strike Team from Pulse. I have some reservations about this release. There's certain things that kind of I don't like about this, but it's weird because they did such a good job with that Recon Recon Diver from the 60th anniversary figure. And then it's like they kind of phoned it in a little bit with the Strike Team. So we'll get to that in a review. I'm going to do a review. I'm actually going to combine that review, that 3-pack review, with the Hiss Tank because it's all thematically makes sense. So there's that. I also picked up Mutt and Junkyard, that 2-pack. And if you're wondering what Mac 10 that's actually from Marauders, I had that for a long time. And I was like, oh, he doesn't have his Mac 10. Why not? But there's Mutt and there's Junkyard. He's got his happy I'm a good boy face on. With his tongue out. This is a really cool set. So, always down for animal companions. Those are always fun. And G.I. Joe does such a good job with animal companions. So, I'm trying to think if I left anybody else out. I don't have too many pickups. I have this. Okay, so you guys are going to scratch your head on this one. I picked up this Black Major Custom. This is actually a custom. If this is Black Major's version of Shadow Tracker. So I'm going to take him out. I guess this is his take on if Shadow Tracker were a vintage figure, how would he look? And I guess this is his take on it. I probably would have done things a little bit differently, but to have one of these is pretty cool because there's only I think 500 made, maybe less. So he comes with a little satchel right here, which looks like to be the same satchel as Snake Eyes. So we'll put that on his person if I can even get this on. Oh, God. This plastic doesn't feel well. All right, so we'll do this. We'll put this on his shoulder like that. And call that a day. And then he comes with a crossbow, which is, let's see if it'll fit in his hand. It does fit in his hand. So there you go with a vintage Shadow Tracker. He's ready to go shopping and spear you to the wall. So there you go with that. I thought that was something to kind of highlight, I guess. This is, like I said, it's a Black Major custom. If you don't know what Black Major is, he makes a bunch of different like variations of different characters that were kind of a little bit more sought after, and he also makes customs of characters that were never produced. Shadow Tracker came out in 2011, so it's not like he was ever going to have a vintage figure, but now I actually have one, and me being a big fan of Shadow Tracker, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll pick it up. Why not? I'll pick it up. It's so crazy to me that like it's like holding a Joy Toy figure and then holding like a vintage G.I. Joe. It's like they're so fragile. Vintage G.I. Joe figures. They are like especially the earlier ones. Like here's Gung Ho. Like super fragile figures. Like these are, and I know they're older. That's part of it, but they always kind of felt kind of, fragile to a certain degree. Especially the earlier ones where they just kind of, 86. It wasn't until like the 90s where they kind of felt a little bit more durable, a little bit like more like the plastics were a little bit changed or a little bit heftier. Because I played with like a ton of like the Street Fighter figures from Hasbro and the a lot of the core, what was it called, Elite Core or Core Force, something Force, I can't remember, but anyway, I'm sure you guys get my drift. But the later figures felt more durable and more fun to play with, as opposed to the earlier G.I. Joe figures, which they did not feel nearly as sturdy or like they were going to hold up, And I even kind of felt like that when I was a kid. Like I was like, when I got Dusty, he felt like his joints didn't feel as chintzy as like maybe like a straight arm figure or like one of the earlier 82, 83 figures. But, an 86 figure, you could tell that stuff felt a little bit more durable. And then going throughout there. Anyway, I digress. So there's Shadow Tracker, and we can kind of compare him, I guess. He'll be featured in the full review with this guy. And like I said, I did have to glue his mask on, so that's why it's staying on well. But there you go. You can kind of get an evolution of designs and stuff like that. With a vintage G.I. Joe, you would have more of a simplistic design than a 6-inch modern action figure. So it makes sense to kind of make him look the way he looks. That's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, I know that. It was just a nice little thing to kind of add to say that I have one of these. So, and I do enjoy it. It's not like I don't enjoy it or anything. The Action Force figure I picked up was the all gillied up Blowback Deluxe figure. While I really do enjoy... I love, you guys know I have an affinity for snipers and stuff like that. So when I saw this figure in the loadout and the way he's set up, I really did enjoy it. Excuse me, burp. But I have some reservations about this figure. I have some reservations, and I know this is going to sound annoying to some people, and that's fine. The price... I'm not going to lie. I know these figures are $30, so I understand. The ghillie suit doesn't feel like it's high quality. These, like, it almost looks like feathers. These things will fall off at whim. I get it's supposed to look like burlap, It doesn't really look like burlap to me. It kind of, I don't know. I don't want to, I'm not trying to be rude, but it does come off a little bit cheap. I would say that the Gridiron one is probably a little bit more well made, but it is way more expensive. Much more expensive. It's like 40, I think it's like 30 or $40 for just the ghillie suit, a rifle, and like a walkie talkie from Gridiron. So I mean, you're saving a lot of money by getting this, but just be careful with the ghillie suit because this tends to like come off very easily. So I'm just letting you know. This isn't like a shot at Valaverse or anything like that because you guys know I enjoy it. I have every single figure that they've released in case anyone's doubting that I like Valaverse or something like that. I have all of their releases, so and this was one I was really looking forward to. I just didn't like the $55, and I don't have a problem with spending the $55, but when I have a ghillie suit that's kind of don't want to touch it, and then I kind of had issues with the hand staying in with the trigger, and once I got him in this pose, I'm just kind of like, well, he just feels less fun. He feels a little bit less fun because of restrictions, and then I feel like this ghillie suit's just going to fall apart. Or it's just going to lose all its feathering. And I could always glue this stuff back on, but I shouldn't have to, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But that's the reservations I have. Other than that, I love the extra heads he does come with. He comes with like 3 heads. He comes with a briefcase, which does hold the rifle. I would have redesigned that a little bit. I think it's a little bit too large for the figure, the case that he comes with. But it does come with a spotter scope, which is really cool. No backpack, which I'm kind of surprised because I feel like most snipers would have a backpack with them. But, whatever. When you have the ghillie suit on, you can't really have his tack vest on. It doesn't really work well. So you kind of have to have him without the vest, which is fine. That's not a big deal. It's just something to point out. So I kind of have him just with his belt rig on. So there's that. I like the boots, the sculpt of the boots and everything like that. That looks good. Like I said, I'm still probably going to do a full review on this. The headpiece doesn't like to stay on like that. It does tend to pop off too. So I don't know. I mean, this is like 1.0. Maybe they'll do more of these ghillies in the future, and they'll probably improve on it. I'm sure they will. So it's just constructive criticism. Like I said, I'm not trying to throw shade at anybody or anything like that. So, but just some stuff to point out for improvements in the future. The next piece I picked up was this Diamond Select. I now have the whole family. The Diamond Select. This is an amazing figure. Diamond Select Sue Storm, a.k.a. Invisible Woman. This is a piece to get. I'm going to tell you guys right now. Pick this up. It comes with this display stand. It comes with a piece to kind of keep her plugged in. There's 2 peg holes in the effect piece. She comes with this also other hand effect piece. This is like kind of what I wish the Marvel Legends Sue Storm would have came with, and they just didn't do any of that. Sue Storm, to me, should be a deluxe figure. I wouldn't even mind paying a $30 price to get her to look like this. This is amazing. And you can use this display stand with anybody else. If you want to use it with Magneto, you could. Whoever you want to do. But this is a gorgeous figure. Absolutely gorgeous figure. So happy to have her. She comes with multiple hands, interchangeable legs, interchangeable hands. Yeah, definitely go pick her up. And she was $30. So worth every single dollar of that 30. Really awesome figure, and I'm so happy to finally have the whole family together. I mean, think about how long it took. The thing came out, what? I want to say 2013 or 14, maybe maybe earlier, maybe 2012. So from 2012 all the way to, and I'm guesstimating. Maybe I should just look it up because someone's gonna be like, "Yeah, it's not the date." Nah, you know. Um, let's see, Marvel Select thing release date. All right. He was re-released multiple times, which is 2010. Damn. 14 years ago. So it took 14 years to get the whole family together finally. But we do have it. Reed is an amazing release. Sue is probably the best release out of them. I would say between Sue and Reed. Then Johnny, then the Thing. The Thing doesn't really come with much. It's just the figure because he's so large. But expect a full review on all of those figures. I wanted to wait to do that review because I wanted all the figures together. So it just made more sense to do that. But you guys know I'm a huge Fantastic Four fan. I know that's few and far between in modern days, but I've always been a big Fantastic Four fan, even if it wasn't popular by opinion. But I'm trying to think of what else I got. If there's anything else to show you guys. Like I said, it's been kind of a quiet month for January. I didn't really pick up too much stuff. I've been kind of focusing on work, saving money. We had a bunch of like car repairs I had to do for my work car. It was just a whole kind of, every time I thought I was going to go, oh, hey, I'll go get this figure, then something else popped up that was a necessity where it kind of took away from that. I'm trying to think of anything else I picked up. I still have to do my Darth Malgus review. I'm still waiting. I have it pre-ordered, but I still haven't got Darth Malak. I don't know what's going on with that. I've had it pre-ordered from Big Bad Toy Store since the figure was revealed, and I still have not. It still is not shipped. I don't know what's going on with that. So hopefully I eventually get it, but it's been on pre-order for over a year. So, and it's not like the pre-order got canceled because I constantly will check on it. Maybe somebody else can let me know. I don't know what's going on with Darth Malak, but I've seen people review him. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. So it's a weird one. And he's either sold out everywhere or he's going for like $40-$50. I don't know. Somebody please, if you want to let me know in the comments below about Darth Malak, maybe there's some information I don't know. That would be helpful. Let me see if there's anything in the chat. Flapjack, what's going on? And Shio Khan, the greatest emperor. What's up? Hello there. Hi. So yeah, I don't think I have too much else. I'm trying to think if I picked up anything. I did pick up, let me see. Did I pick up? Oh, I did get the Marvel Legends Crystar. I forgot I even pre-ordered that. But that's actually a pretty cool figure. I think I don't know where he is. I think I put him downstairs somewhere. So I apologize for not showing that. Maybe I'll show that in the next toy hunt video. Thrill of the Toy Hunt. Trying to think what else. I know I'm forgetting something. To let you guys know, Amazon has the pre-order for the Marvel Select Annihilus. It's supposed to drop. I think it said January 30th, but it's the 2nd of February, so I don't know what's going on with that. Let me double check right now. Let's see. Let's see what we got. All right, so where are you? Yeah, it says arriving January 30th. Oh, next year, 2025. So, wow, a whole nother year. Wow, that's crazy. But it looks really good. I mean, holy shit. I really wish it was coming out. I almost got confused. I guess I just can't read. But It looks awesome, and look at these like sitting down like that's what him without all of his armor and stuff on, or without the. This is gonna be. I'm telling you, man. This is gonna be one of the figures of the year next year. I promise you. $30 too, and he's gonna be huge. He's probably gonna be like. Does it even say? Let me go to Big Bad Toy Store. Maybe it'll say how big the figure is gonna be. I collect vintage G.I. Joe Cobra vehicles. Cool, man. Yeah, I have a bunch of those. What was it? I think the last one I got was the last Cobra vehicle I picked up was the Devastator or the Decimator. It was the Decimator. Yeah. Let's see. I'm just kind of curious because I forgot what the size of him was. There he is. All right, so he is. It says 7 inches, but I don't believe that for 1 second. The wingspan alone and the height of the wings are over his head, so he's probably going to be like 10 inches tall. That would be my guess. Yeah, it says 7 inches, but that would make him too short. That would make him the size of this. That doesn't work. No, it does not. This is a good figure too, though. You guys should check that out. It's a good one. But yeah, I think that's it for pickups. I'm trying to think. Okay, so as far as the reveals go, we had some G.I. Joe reveals. I kind of posted about it yesterday. And I just kind of wanted to go over them really quick and tell you guys what I thought. All right, so the first one was. Where are you? All right, so here we go. Come on, load the page. There we go. All right, so Torch is the first one right here. There's Torch. He's, like I said, all of these have some sort of reuse behind them, which I'm perfectly fine with. The reuse with G.I. Joe, and this is what I was trying to explain to some people, and they got kind of snotty with me. And I'm like, I'm not trying to come off a certain way. I'm just trying to let you know that G.I. Joe has been using reuse forever. So to kind of bitch and moan about it, it seems like a moot point at this stage. You should know what you're getting into before you collect something. And reuse, like I said, it's across the board. Like everything, every toy line uses some sort of reuse. McFarlane uses reuse. Hasbro uses reuse. Joy Toy has reused figures. Super 7, WWE Elites. Everybody has reused a figure's parts or whole body for something else and repurposed it because it just makes sense for money wise. If you look at the majority of independent, the Four Horsemen have reused entire bodies. You see these figures over here? See my Mythic Legions over here? The majority of these are reusing Wave 1.0, 2.0 bodies. So you can't give one company a pass and then complain about all the other companies that, you know, that reuse stuff. I'm like, come on, man, you gotta pick your battles here. I like the tattoos around the arm. I like the chains kind of sculpted around the wrist too. That's pretty cool. The vest looks really good. The head sculpt looks very Lemmy from Motorhead. That's kind of what I always put two and two together. I grew up on punk rock and kind of metal music and what you call it. So that's kind of what I always pictured whenever I saw a Torch. And the legs, I believe, are reused from Dr. Mindbender. I think those boots look very Mindbender-y. Backpack looks pretty cool. The flame effects look really nice. He comes with 2 sidearm pistols, and they almost look like Deagles a little bit. Let me get a zoom in here. They look Deagle-ish, but they also look kind of, I don't know, like that maybe they don't exist in the real world. But the flamethrower looks really good. So I think they did a pretty good job on this. I don't have too much of an issue with any of that. I'm trying to find the rest of the... Maybe it's in my photos. Let's just see. Yes, I do. Okay, so the next one I'm going to talk about the 2 that I want to talk about the most last. So the next one up, we'll talk about Jinx, which there she is right there. And Jinx, to me, this isn't going to be her only version. They're gonna pull a Storm Shadow, and they're probably going to do a retro release with Jinx. A lot of people were kind of up in arms, like, why would they do this version? This is like a modern take on her. And I'm like, guys, like, what is the problem? What's the problem? It's like the same people that complain about not getting modern looks for their characters or getting any sort of progression in their old characters, then go back and double down and bitch about getting modern takes. It's like, you can't have your cake and eat it too, man. You gotta pick one and stick with it, you know? I'm sure they'll make her in the vintage form. That's what they've been doing with pretty much almost everything now. They did it with Rakondo. They're doing it with Duke. They did it with, they even did it with a friggin' Crimson Guardsman, for God's sake. Like, I'm sure you'll get it. Just don't worry. But I'm not talking to everybody out there. I'm talking to the people that are the ones that are complaining about the things that are a waste of time to even complain about. But this, I think this is nice. I think this is really, really nice. I don't see what the problem is. I like the tattoo on her arm. The head sculpt looks good. It looks like what I would envision Jinx would be in a 6-inch action figure. I personally also like the Classified's first release of Storm Shadow, not the first released. Not the G.I. Joe, the Team G.I. Joe one, but the Cobra version, the first release of the Cobra version, not the retro carded one, the regular released one of Storm Shadow, better because he's got like armor on his gauntlets and the armor on his like thighs and stuff like that. He looks more well equipped to be in battle as opposed to the retro one, which while it's great for, you know, it's great to have that retro look and be nostalgic about it. I don't know. To me, it doesn't really fit in with the Classifieds. Classified's supposed to be like, oh, here's a appetizer or a taste of your vintage with an influx a little bit of modern. That's kind of what it's always been, you know? But not to say that some releases haven't been more leaning towards vintage, but I think more also have been leaning towards that middle ground, you know? So I think this is nice. It comes with an extra head, an extra, I think, bandana piece. Her bow, I don't know what the technical term for this weapon is, so I'll say that her double-edged weapon. And then she also comes with a bladed weapon as well. So I don't have a problem with this. Extra hands also. She comes with fist hands and she comes with gripping hands. So I think this is going to be a home run. I think this is going to be one of those ones where people either love it or hate it. And that's just the way it is. On to one where I think everyone's going to love it, which is the Night Creeper. There he is, right there. And I gotta say, this is a really good looking figure so far. These are just renders, but it's nice to actually see these figures for once, as opposed to just, here's a name, and that's all you have to go off of. But I guess you can kind of visualize what these are going to look like before they even see them. The backpack looks cool. The crossbow looks good. It comes with an extra arrow. It comes with a karate chopping hand, and it also comes with a gripping hand that's holding a shuriken. Now, I don't know if that shuriken is removable. I don't know if it was said that it's removable, but he's holding it. It might be sculpted in. I don't know. He also comes with regular gripping hands, the kind of trigger hands, and then he comes with two other bladed, like, dagger weapons. I'm not sure the technical term for them. And then he also comes with two swords. One is the very jaggedy sword that we're used to with Night Creeper. And then he also comes with the Night Creeper version 2 head. Right there. Which, so for a $25 figure, you're getting a lot here. And this is a regular priced figure. It's not a deluxe figure or anything like that. And then the backpack should house at least one of those swords on the side and the crossbow. That's what I'm assuming. Take that with a grain of salt. The next two I want to talk about. Now, this is, I think, a deluxe figure. I'm pretty sure that Naugahyde is going to be a deluxe figure. And don't worry, guys, I am going to get a brand new laptop this year, so I will be doing more live streams using that laptop. I'm going to get a really good laptop, I think, this year. This is the year I'm going to do it. And so I won't be doing stuff like this anymore, you know? And this way I'll be able to edit stuff like this much better. I'll be able to have picture-in-picture stuff like that. Editing will be better. It'll be better this year, I promise. Production's going to go up. Naugahyde, like I said, a lot of people were complaining more so about this than anything. Even more so than Jinx. I think this actually took the heat off of Jinx, the focus off of Jinx because of this. This is not a bad figure at all. I'm going to kind of hold him up closer. A lot of people were complaining about the reuse. Oh, he's reusing Shadow Tracker's quiver and arrow and bow, and he's reusing, Lowlight's rifle, and he's reusing, the majority of Gung Ho's body. And I'm like, so? You don't have to use the bow or the backpack or the rifle. You can give him another rifle. I'm sure at this point, we're all adults here. We're all collecting the same toy line. We can just give him a different rifle if you want to. There's Gridiron. There's Valaverse. There's plenty of other companies that have rifles that you can give him if you don't like that rifle and if you don't like that bow. It's just that simple. Or just don't give him the bow. That's fine. He does come with a newly sculpted sword right there, which is pretty cool. And he does come with two animal companions, which this is the first, I think, to come with two, unless you count Fiona's babies, which I don't. Maybe that technically does count as more than one. But he does come with his boar, and he comes with a monkey. And I wonder if it's a capuchin monkey. Or it could be a baboon. He does have an eye patch, which is friggin' awesome. I don't know if anybody pointed that out. But he does have a friggin' eye patch. And I'm trying to see if his body is articulated. He might just be a stagnant figure where the boar has a lot of articulation, as you can see there. Even the tail is articulated. And he comes with a knife and two knives, actually. Two knives, sword, and I'll just give him... I have actually some Gridiron stuff here that I haven't used for anybody else. I'll give him one of those rifles or something like that. So, I'll agree. I don't like the fact that they reused Lowlight's weapon. I'm like, yeah, maybe you didn't need to do that. But the bow, I don't think is nearly that big of a deal. That bow, eh, anybody could be using that bow, so it doesn't matter that much. The body itself, now, if is it really that even that big of a deal that they reused this body? I don't think it is. I really don't, because Naugahyde's supposed to be a bigger guy. I'm assuming the hat will be removable. People were saying that the face looked the same, and I'm like, what are you looking at, man? He's got tattoos on both of his arms. He's got like an anarchy symbol on his left arm, and then a tattoo of I don't know what on the other arm. But he's got dog tags. I wonder if those are going to be the same dog tags that were used on the diver that I just shot a review of. And he's got another necklace with like teeth on it. Looks like, I don't know, some sort of teeth. And then he's got the kind of like that Naugahyde vest, which I think that he should be on this bigger body. I don't have a problem with the reuse or anything like that. It just doesn't bother me. Him having, he looks like a friggin' Dreadnought. Like, what else do you want, you know? So, and they also put new tooling on his forearms too. So there's some newer stuff there. I just don't think people like to acknowledge that stuff. I don't know, maybe. But the last one I want to talk about, and then I'll let you guys go, is Doc. This has been a point of contention for a lot of people, and I don't know what the problem is with this Doc. If I could add something, I would have added, and we don't know, maybe they're going to add more stuff. I think it's pretty cool that he does come with a collapsible, those are hinges right there. That is a collapsible gurney. So that's going to be pretty cool. I love the modern look. People are complaining about sleeves. That's what people are complaining about with this figure. I'm like, really? I feel like I'm Randy Moss, or who was that, Moss? He's like, we talking about practice? Practice? We talking about practice here? Like that, we're talking about sleeves? Like sleeves here? We're talking about sleeves. Like that's what we're gonna nitpick. Like, you're gonna get a vintage figure of him. So let's calm it down. If you want to make him retro, go get the Gridiron kit. Go for it. All day. Go for it. I like this. This looks great. This kind of gives me Pursuit of Cobra vibes. And we never got a Pursuit of Cobra Doc. We got a 30th anniversary Lifeline. And we got a Rise of Cobra Doc, which was more Arctic themed. But we never got a Pursuit of Cobra Doc. And this is actually pretty close to the custom Pursuit of Cobra Doc I made. If you guys go back a few years and check out my Marauders customization workshop videos, like, this looks pretty similar to that Doc I made. But I like it. I like that he's got, his sleeves are up, or he's got short sleeves. Why does that bother people? I'll never understand that. He comes with a flare gun. I think he comes with a taser. I don't think that, so a lot of people are saying that's a pistol. That looks like a taser to me. So, to me, Doc would carry a gun. Maybe that's my one nitpick that I would have, is that he would carry a gun, not a taser on him. But then again, Doc's not 100% a pacifist either. He would defend himself or try and save a life by taking a life if he deemed it necessary. So, but I like the tack vest. Tack vest looks really good. He's got a pen. He's got he's got the medic sign on the front of his vest. He's got a flare. He's got it's pretty cool. I can't wait to actually see this in person. So I'm really excited about this. I love that he comes with a helmet too. And the helmet's pretty funny. And no one pointed this out either. The helmet, if I think that's what it is, Those look like pill bottles attached to his helmet. I think that's what those are. Because whenever you see a pill bottle, usually they have the orange pill bottle body with the white top. And that's what that looks like to me. Those are like pill bottles or something. That's hysterical if that's what that is. Ridiculous, but hysterical. But I like the helmet. It looks pretty cool. And I gotta say, I think this is a really nice release. Whether you want to have him without the helmet, with the helmet, whatever you want to do. At least the option's there. You know, it's not like the helmet's sculpted to his head. So, but those are the reveals. I wanted to touch on that. And yeah, just kind of wanted to just chat with you guys for a little bit. Do you guys have any questions or anything like that about any of the reveals? How do you guys feel about those reveals? Do you like them? Do you not like them? And it's perfectly fine if you don't like some figures. This is an open forum. We can chat and talk about stuff. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll give you guys some time to retort while I drink some water. But I do have to get some food in me. I'm hungry. Did not eat any dinner today. I know it's late. It's like going on, what, 11? Yeah, it's like 11 o'clock. So, but yeah, like I said, it's just been kind of a quiet January, you know. But if you guys don't have any comments or questions, I have one Cobra Trooper. Okay, like the vintage Trooper or the modern one, or the 6-inch modern one. I'm pretty sure I just realized my shirt is inside out. I just went like this, and I'm like, oh, that's not supposed to feel like that. Do you have one vintage Cobra Trooper? Nice, man. Are you trying to get more for the year? Or? I don't have too many. I think I only have like one or two. That's about it. There will come a day where I start recollecting the vintage Joes that I had when I was younger. For the majority of them, I do have. Like, I have Airborne. He was my first G.I. Joe. Dusty was my second G.I. Joe. I have, you saw Gung Ho there, I had him. I had Sergeant Slaughter. Here's Airborne, by the way. I had Free Fall, a bunch of, you've been trying to get more? Hey, man, they're out there. They're definitely out there. So just be patient, like I said. They'll come to you. Somehow I collected 3 Falcons. I have this one. I have another one I found that was put away. There's another one that's over here. I'm like, what am I doing with myself? Why do I have 3 Falcons? I don't know. Oh, there is something I did want to show you guys before I let you go. I kind of been trying to... Well, actually, maybe I'll save it for a video because I do have a shipment coming from Gridiron for a fix-up. I don't even want to call it like a custom. It doesn't feel like a custom when someone else does all the work. I'll just say it's a fix-up. We'll call them fix-ups. I have a fix-up set coming for Parth Varma, and I have a fix-up set for Falcon coming. So I won't show them. I won't ruin the content, the future content, the videos or whatever. But yeah, like I said, anything with collecting, like I said, just be patient. Like I said, I've been trying to collect the vintage Dick Tracy line, and it's been coming to me real slow. So, you know, it kind of makes it more fun when you just actually find the stuff physically in front of you. Like, there's a bunch of toy shows I want to go to this year. There's a couple local toy shows coming up within the next month or so that I want to go check those out. And then I'm going to go to Joe Fest this year. That was another thing I want to talk about. I do plan on going to Joe Fest in June. And then there's another I think there's another big Comic-Con in September, and I think Valverse is going to that. That I would like to go to that, and I think that's in the Carolinas. So, um, so that'll be fun to do. Going to toy shows is always fun. Go to as many toy shows as you possibly can. If there's any advice I could give, go to toy shows. And if you don't want to travel to the bigger shows, just go to the local ones. Just be patient. Wait for the local ones to pop up, sprout up. Try and network as best as possible, and talk to fellow collectors. And I mean, there are toy shops that I didn't even know existed up until like 2 months ago, because I was talking to other toy collectors, and I'm like, I've only lived in this area for 4 years, so like, are there any toy shows or any other toy shops, even local toy shops, help, or comic book shops, whatever you want to call them. Toy shops, comic book shop, kind of go hand in hand, So I'm sure they'll come to you though. But yeah, just keep grinding, man. Keep going for it. But yeah, I think I'll end it here. I did. It's about going on an hour, so I think that's good enough. And yeah, thanks to everybody for hanging out. Thank you to, I know I had a couple people in here, but if you're watching this on playback, thank you for watching. Thank you to Flapjack, and thank you to Shao Kahn, the greatest emperor. Thank you for hanging out, and good luck on the hunt for your Cobra Troopers, man. And like I said, I'll be doing another live stream probably relatively soon. I do want to get more reviews out, more edited reviews out. So I'll be focusing more on that, and trying to get them done. I do have another Turtle Van video coming out, and I do have more classified stuff coming out, and I did want to finish up on my Cosmic Legions, those figure reviews, and I want to get the Fantastic Four review done. So those are kind of top priority, and the Darth Malgus review. So there's a bunch. I start to lose focus of this stuff. That's the problem, is when the more things get in the way, the more I get distracted and I forget about certain things. So I actually have to write stuff down. So, but anyway, thanks for hanging out with me. You guys have been awesome. And even if you're just lurking, thank you so much for hanging out. And yeah, I will see you guys on the flip side.